So, first things first, I have my own Discord channel, so if you have any questions regarding any of the dungeons that I'm making videos for, or you just want to hang out and discuss something, you can join it, link is in the video description. With that out of the way, let's talk about the meat of this video. My last video was about this set of teams, and the top questions that were under the video were along the lines of what do I do if I don't have Luna, Liam, or Brandia? Am I just screwed? Now, the easy answer is yes. The boring answer is just swap Liam for Lin and it's gonna work just as well, and you kind of ignore the fact that nobody has runes for that. And the long answer is what I'm gonna cover in this video, because why not? I guess I just hate myself, because this was horrible. The amount of testing for something that nobody's gonna care about. But maybe some people. But hey, if you're one of them, let me know in a comment down below the video. And, you know, maybe subscribe. So the main question is, how do we replace Liam? And the answer is, as I said, the boring one is that you can't. The trolling one is that you just use Lin, and it's gonna work just the same, except you're not gonna be able to rune this. And then the long answer is that you need to overhaul this team. It will be like 10 seconds slower and it will start failing a bit. So you're gonna have to revamp this whole team, and the way you do that is that you ignore this Sabrina and you just drop her completely, and you use this one instead. So now these three Sabrinas are exactly the same one. Shaina stays. Then for this spot you use either Talia or Deva, because she's way faster. These two are going to be your wave clear. So either these two are going to be your wave clear, or your wave clear just sucks and it will just run slower. And then like this, they wouldn't be able to clear it, so you have to put in verde and loren. The turn order is verde into loren, then shaina, deva into sabrina. Or if you don't have deva, you only have talia, or you just don't have the runes for deva with all of these monsters runed at the same time, you can just use talia. It will be even slower, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. The turn order is always verde first, then loren, then shaina, and then if you're using deva, then Deva takes a turn, and then Sabrina takes a turn. And if you're using Talia, the turn order of Talia and Sabrina don't matter. The way it works is that Verdehile just boosts up the attack bars so that you can run lower speeds on this Shaina and Sabrina, and that way it's compatible with all of these other teams. I already made a video about this team once, but it had very much different speed tuning. You had Shaina going first into Deva, so you had the instant wave clear potential, and then you had Verdehile going last. It was faster and safer than this variant, but unfortunately it was incompatible with all of these teams. So that would be dragons. Now you don't even need Luna for dragons. Now what if you don't have her altogether? Now again, the boring solution is just use Lin. I'm sorry, but just use Lin. And the bit longer answer is you will have to shuffle some of the runes around. Primarily, you will want to switch your homunculus from fight to rage, because all of a sudden he's gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting, a lot more than he used to. And since we still need all of the fight sets that were in this previous team, because otherwise it's just hard to rune, you put your Lin on fight set. She doesn't really need to do a lot of damage, but she does need to do some. I did test this with a bunch of other monsters, including Icaru, Shaman, and whatnot, and Lin was the most consistent out of all of the ones that I tested, so just use Lin. And the turn order would be exactly the same as the previous team. So we would have Prilea into Julie, into Sigmarus, into Lin in this case, and then Homunculus. Then there were also some questions about Brandia. You can just use Wa. I mentioned that in the video. I'm gonna even show you that I just need to swap out 2 runes. She has the same rage set, but I just swapped 2 blade runes for 2 will runes, and it's gonna run just fine like this. All of the other monsters are exactly the same as in the previous video. I'm gonna showcase all of the runes. I'm not gonna make as many runs this time, because honestly there is just not many people that are going to be interested in this. Let's talk about the updated rune priority. This time we moved the homunculus from the fight category to rage. We added 2 monsters to the fight category, as well as a second loren, because these 2 lorens, they technically can be the same loren if she has exactly 178 speed. but you really want this one to be on triple fight, and you really want this one to be on double will. So for this you will just need two lorens. Same with the prileas, you'll just need two of them. I'll primarily be focusing on giants and dragons, so let's first look at how the giants run. As I said, you have prilea going first, and then Julie and Sigmarus clearing the wave. Then on the mid-boss, if Lyn decides to derp, you will get a few hits, so you do want at least one or maybe two shield sets on your team. And on the boss, if everything goes right, you kill the boss straight away, and if not, Homunculus will clear it, but for that you want the rage set, because with a rage set you can basically make it so that once he comes back, if he uses skill 3, he will just kill the boss from like half HP or something. Let's see if we get a good run here. And yes, it should look something like this. Now there is one better team, but that one will require you to have... There is one better team, but unfortunately for that you will need Mephisto. So it's like you do have a Mephisto, but you somehow don't have Luna, and that would be this. Then the turn order would be Prilea, Julie, then Mephisto, then Homunculus straight away. Last, the Icaru, because he has high chance of teaming up with Mephisto, and you don't really care about the boss countering you because he got hit so many times, because he's already dead. This one is like 2 seconds faster and fails a bit less, but you need Mephisto for it, so I'm just mentioning it. And then for dragons, I'm first gonna go over the deva team because that one's more interesting. So first we have two monsters wasting your time, and then deva and shaina clear the wave, hopefully. And if shaina drips, you have just more monsters wasting your time, more wasting time. Then finally something happens, they clear the wave. And here it is important that you get 2 full rotations. And if you get the full 2 rotations, it should just look something like this. And here you clear. This one was one of the faster runs that it can run. It can also run a lot slower than this. As for the speed tuning on this, you need 144 speed on your verde, and you want to put him as your lead. The shaina is locked at plus 58 exactly. Loren just needs to be faster than shaina, and these two need to be slower than shaina, and that's it. Sabrina just needs to be 169 combat speed for necro, and she's fine. And deva, she's only used in this dungeon, and she just needs to be between Sabrina and shaina. The accuracy that you need on Loren is plus 65, and ideally a triple fight set. Maybe some damage on fire, but realistically she doesn't do a lot of damage, but you still really want the fight sets. So just put her on triple fight with some speed, some crit rate, and a bunch of accuracy. And if you don't want to use deva, or for some reason you don't have her, you can also run Talia in this exact spot. It is the exact same Sabrina as in all of the other teams, and that way it will run like this. It's gonna be a lot more of the time wasting turns and a lot less of actually doing stuff turns. But hey, it's gonna be slow and steady, slow and steady, and slow and slow, and not really steady, just slow. But it's reliable, so I guess there's that. Yeah, and it's gonna run like this most of the time, and if Talia decides to derp a bunch of times, it's just gonna be a lot slower because the boss is just gonna take her turn, and then you're gonna have to clear it even though it took a turn, and it's just gonna be a mess. Now, I should also mention that this run was showcased with Talia that is missing a rune. So it will run with a bunch worse runes if you use Talia. It will still be super slow, it will still fail sometimes, but it works. If you just want a team that will clear your daily commissions or whatever, you can just run this. It's honestly, it's fine. It's like 45 seconds average, really solid, doesn't fail all too much. It's okay. Right, this is the rune that Talia is missing. Just don't be like me and remember to put it back on. And then in the Steel Fortress team, if you don't have Brandia, you can just use Hwa in her exact spot. The Loren is different one than the one in the Dragons. This one is way tankier and has double will and a bunch of damage taken from wind, and she has less accuracy, just a different Loren. And the other monsters are exactly the same as I showcased previously. So the lingling looks like this. Lushen looks like this. And then this is the argen. Again, it works exactly the same as the Brandia team. So you hopefully have Lushen clearing the waves, and then hopefully you land a buff block, and if you don't, you're kind of dead. But you basically never miss it, so it's fine. It's just classic SF. And then you miss defense breaks, and then you get stunned and you die, and it gets messy. Yeah, so this was 47 seconds. The fastest it can run is around 23, and hopefully we can see that in one of the runs. One nice thing about this team is that Hwa cannot really waste any of her skills on the waves, unlike Brandia. As for the times and success rates of these teams that I showcased, for the Talia version of the Dragons team, you can expect 47.5 seconds averages. It hasn't failed me yet, but I didn't do so many runs, so your experience may vary. The Deva version has failed me once, but I did more than 500 runs because I just wanted to farm some dragons. It runs 39 seconds average, and in 550 runs it failed 3 times, which is a pretty nice success rate. And when it comes to the Giants team with Lin, it runs 27 seconds average. It failed me 3 times out of 300, so 99% success rate so far. I'm not gonna be farming it anymore because I just have better options, but out of all of the teams that I tried, this one seems to be the most stable. Now, I did try this with Shaman. It was failing a bit too much for my taste, so that's why I just use Lin. I also did some runs just trying to place Icaru in there instead of the Luna. It was quite safe, but also it was kind of slow compared to the Lin team, so just use Lin. Now, when I was running this, I also came to the conclusion that you could also just use Mephisto instead of Sigmarus, and that runs a bit better even than the Lin version, but then again you need Mephisto. Once again, I'm gonna go over the Giants, Dragons, and the updated SF team and show you a bunch of runs. And I'm gonna completely ignore Necro and Spiritual Realm because they're exactly the same as in the previous video. All the information about the speed tuning of each of these monsters and about how much accuracy you need you can find in the video description. If you like this type of content or you just want to support my channel, leave a comment down below the video, like it, and consider subscribing. That's it for this one, and see you in the next one.
would be goodbye, my love. When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul? Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Suck me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew, restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you